Hello there! Today I'm going to be showing you some of my Steam Workshop items. Some of you may have already checked out my Steam Workshop, but if you haven't, well, I'm going to show you some of the stuff I've done. And some of the stuff I'm still working on actually. But before I do that, I'd like to thank all my subscribers for, well, subscribing. I've reached over 100, yeah. It's about 110 or something, and I hope to keep moving forward and improving my videos and channel as a whole. 110 isn't a lot, but I didn't start that long ago, and it is a competitive market really. So without further ado, let's get into Steam. Okay, we actually have a message, a comment. This will probably be on one of it's on my review for the Classic Space Pack. I wonder what someone said. Yeah, they probably are planning on doing more. Well, I understand what you're saying. It is only for $4. Well, I mean, £3.29. But it just wasn't that great. It was more of a free DLC, was the point I was trying to make, really. It wasn't something that I really wanted, I was really happy paying for. Workshop items. Alright, so here we go. Some of them don't have ratings, because you need to get a certain amount of ratings for it to actually come up with a rating on Steam Workshop. So you can see like these ones do. Let's actually check out. This only has 3 stars. There's quite a few of these. This was my first one, and I don't think it was very good. So this is the Nocturnals Outfit, but playable, because obviously in the game you can use the command codes or the command prompt thing to get it, but you can't like have it in your inventory. I'm pretty sure I said that in here. Maybe not, it'll probably be in the comments. Yeah, so you can wear it without the mod, but you can't put it in your inventory. But I can't actually remember how you get it in this mod. Okay, so I didn't put it in the world map, because I thought it was kind of pointless. In my second one I did. Open the console command and type. Alright, so yeah, you can just... So basically I just like modified like the stats and stuff for the actual one, because in the second one, this one here, I like created a new item. So the original Nocturnals outfit is still in the game, but there's another one that I made so you could actually like make it and stuff. I mean, I could have done that with the original, but I don't know, it's kind of... So, you still have the original one if you want it, but then there's another one. I have like, all these people wearing it, all these people modelling it. You know what's happening. And I've got this dude here. Yeah, you can have the guys wearing it, but the hips are like a bit too wide, or their waist rather, not their hips. So it looks a bit weird. And there's my custom created guy. I don't think I actually have him on Steam Workshop. I might put him on. He's like, he had like the jester outfit thing on, I think, or like a clown outfit kind of thing. And he has those, what are they called, Daedra horns or something. He has the orc teeth and some weird eyes. Yeah, it was kind of a crossover. But you can actually put like Argonian arms or like Khajiit legs or something. Like you can properly like cross them over, but only the humanoid ones, not like bears and stuff. I have tried that. I tried to do like the wolf guy. What's he called? I was going to say Wolverine, it's not Wolverine, it's... Oh yeah, the werewolf. So these are like, you know, obviously for Skyrim, the original game, which is still relevant, because the remastered version doesn't have a Steam Workshop. You have to like get it from external sources, the mods, which, you know, isn't too hard, but I don't know, I kind of think it's a bit of a pain in the arse. And it's easy just doing this, because you literally just press subscribe, then when you go into the game, wherever it is, then it will be on. You can like click on mods on the menu when it comes up, and then you choose which mods you want to have in the game, and that's where you can like choose which DLC you want to have like turned on in the game as well. Alright, let's go back to where we were. So yeah, that's my first Nocturnal Robes. There's 17 comments. So I try and reply. I think I've replied to all of them. There was a lot of these people doing this spooky Bob thing, whatever the hell that's about. I don't know. Okay, yeah. So for some reason this one wasn't working for some people. I checked it on the PC that made it on, but also on my laptop, and it was working fine. But it had to be typed in a certain way, I think. Also, which was something that people missed. Alright, yeah, so you have to do player.item and then do that, all that code there, which is for both the hood and the robes. Alright, what have we got next? There's some bigger ones. So this is a Hugh Glass character that I made. If you don't know who Hugh Glass is, you obviously haven't watched The Revenant. And if you haven't watched Revenant, you need to go and watch that film. That stars Leonardo DiCaprio and what's his name, Tom Hardy, two very good actors, and it is a brilliant film, honestly. So this is the main character, and he was attacked by a bear. He was a fur trapper. I think that's like, yeah, beavers and stuff on the river. Where does it say it? Missouri or something. It's in like, I want to say North and South Dakota in the USA. Don't grill me if I'm wrong. I'm not from America. But yeah, so he was a fur trapper, and he was like, well, he was on his own for a bit, you know, like on guard for the camp or whatever, and he was attacked by a grizzly bear, which left him with like awful injuries. Like his neck was like slashed open by its claws. So at one point he was like drinking water, and it was like just like coming out his neck, and he like put gunpowder in it and like set it alight to like seal it, you know, to like cauterize the wound. So it's a very graphic film, but entertaining. It's just an interesting story. I often find that with like stories that are based on like real events are just better, because it's like has some reality to it, you know. It's not just like the Avengers or something where it's just, yeah, a bit crazy. Okay, so the legend of Hugh Glass, a fur trapper joined on an expedition along the Missouri River, that should be a space in there, with the company W. Ashley and A. Henry. So A. Henry was one of the guys that left him for dead. While scouting away from the group, he was attacked by a cave bear. Alright, no, it's not actually a cave bear. It's a cave bear because obviously in Skyrim they have cave bears. They don't have grizzly bears. So it was a grizzly bear. Provided the chance to react. The cave bear ripped and bit into his flesh. So yeah, he had like slashes right down his back and chest, and like his fingertips like slashed off and bitten off and stuff. So Glass fought it off with his bare hands and a knife he carried. Yeah, because he like finished it off with a knife. He like stabbed it several times. In the movie, this is. So his companions left him in a shallow grave and threw the bear pelt and dirt on top of him, expecting his death to come soon. So that was Fitzgerald. He was like the main guy that like left him for dead. Because he just was interested in the money. He didn't really care whether he was dead or alive. And Fitzgerald also killed Hugh Glass's son in the film. I think it happened in real life as well. It's death to come soon. Glass had deep infected wounds and a broken leg, but he did not die. Driven by revenge, Glass crawled over 200 miles over a period of 2 months. Yeah, that was true. Actually, there was some debate over how far he actually crawled, but most sources say it was 200 miles. Over a period of 2 months, living off wild berries and raw bison, he survived. Yeah, in the film, Leonardo DiCaprio, who plays Hugh Glass, eats raw bison for real. Because in the when they were filming, he actually like threw up when he ate it. So he's quite a okay. This is just stuff about this character in the game. He's a quite strong follower and favours two-handed weapons, and he ranks up with your player. Not sure whether to remove it or not. There's what? Alright, nothing special yet. Just his beard and longish hair. Yeah. So I kind of went for the look that he has in real life, I think, with the hair and stuff. And even his face, really. If you like look at a picture and check this mod out, it's quite good. I quite like it. So basically, after he crawled back, in the film, he killed Fitzgerald, and Fitzgerald killed the A. Henry guy. A. Henry, I had to go ahead with the rest of the guys. He didn't realise that Fitzgerald had left him for dead. So Fitzgerald killed A. Henry. He was looking for him because, well, you know, I have to watch the film. Partly because he killed Hugh Glass's son. Then Hugh Glass found him, Fitzgerald, and killed him. I think they actually both died in the end. Oh shit, I might have just spoiled the whole film. I don't know. It wasn't clear what happened at the end. I took from it that he died, but we don't see him die. But in real life, that didn't actually happen. He got back, but he didn't kill Fitzgerald or Henry. He just forgave them, apparently. Don't know why he would want to do that after they've left you for dead and killed your son, but I guess he was just a very forgiving guy. Alright, so my plans from this mod was to actually make a mission where this guy would get attacked by a bear and you would have to save him, but at the moment that's not happening because, well, it's some complicated shit to do that. Like, it would be really cool, you know, doing your own dialogue in the game. Alright, yeah, so that was the plan. Do my own like dialogue and stuff and make a cool like quest out of it. Next one, we have a giant club. So this is obviously the club that the giants carry around. So I had another giant club. So like I copied, you know, like duplicated the original one, make a modified one, because I don't like changing like the original stuff. I mean, I know you can just get rid of a mod by unsubscribing, which I don't suggest you do. You should definitely subscribe, kind of so you know where everything is. If you have a Giants Club and your duplicate version of a Giants Club with a different name, and you kind of know what you're editing and stuff, you know where you kind of stand with it. Okay, so this is two-handed weapon. Oh my god, why have I got so many spelling errors? So it's still the same, the original one, and cannot be picked up, because if you kill a giant, you can't pick his thing up. So I've put two of these in the map. I've increased the damage and enchantment of the club as well as the value. It can be found in Riverwood, the Sleeping Giant Inn, and the player home, aka Dragonborn's home in Windhelm. Or Windhelm, however you want to say it. So I have no idea what that says. That's the name of a house I know. Something like that. So, but for that you have to own the house, which obviously makes sense. So you can get one of these. If you want the other one, you need to be somewhat through this game and have that house. So yeah, don't be a dickhead and dislike it without giving feedback. True, that is true. Take that on board, people, because it's very useful getting feedback. It's like, if people just dislike everything, it's like, sometimes you can really like something and you can kind of have a biased opinion towards it, and unless someone says what's wrong with it, you just don't see it. It's like with some of my videos. I mean, I hate that Titanic video, god damn it. Okay, so this is the one-handed ebony greatsword. Now, there's quite a few of these mods, I think, but all of them, you can only hold the two-handed weapon in your left hand. You can't hold it in your right, because otherwise it's invisible. You can still use it, but you can't see it. So you equip in the left hand, and you can obviously see that it's a two-handed weapon, and that's just a one-handed one, because obviously it's supposed to be held in two hands, and you're changing like the animations, so you're holding it in one, so it just doesn't work holding two two-handed weapons. And that's the same problem with all the mods for this. There's a few that aren't on Steam, or a couple anyway, that you can actually have two-handed weapons, one in each arm, but all the ones on Steam, you're not going to find one where you can hold two-handed weapons. So yes, so on one hand, this is very good one-handed greatsword. On the other, you could almost say it doesn't exist. Yeah, that was just because you can't actually see it, but it's still there. So this sword is craftable if you have the steelwork perk and the stumble. What? The stumble? Oh right, yeah, because you kind of stumble when you swing a sword. So this has been reduced, so you can just kind of swing it really fast, like it's a really light sword. Oh yeah, everyone's wanting me to do with the Daedric greatsword and stuff. It only takes like maybe 15 minutes to do. So I might actually do that for you. The Daedric's greatsword and the Dragonbone greatsword. I only did that one because I just like the look of it the best. It's kind of like a Turkish Yatagan or Yatagan sword, I think they're called. There's one in Assassin's Creed Revelations. Not that anyone would remember that, but why the ugly greatsword? Alright, yeah, the Yatagan sword. Alright, so that's that one. It's pretty good. That one, rather. This is one of my bigger ones. This is a Whiterun extension. So it works well with this one called the Whiterun Enhanced Exterior, which is made by a modder who has several like enhanced town mods that are the best ones. So my mod kind of works along with that, because his mod mainly just adds kind of like trees and stuff and fences around the exterior of Whiterun. But mine, I'm trying to make the town bigger. So I have like a couple of buildings so far. I've got a wall all the way around, and got the Whiterun flags, and I think that I can't remember which flag is which because you can't really see it on this picture. But one is the Imperial flag, and then one is the Stormcloaks flag, and one of them has been destroyed, but I can't remember which way around it is. I think that's like the Imperial one, and then the Stormcloaks have put theirs up there. Got my nice headsman axe. Alright, I don't know what this... Alright, yeah, because that's the wall all the way around. You know, the farms that you get around the outside. So there's a wall all the way around them. So just fortifying the whole place. Look, these are two buildings I've put in. Two houses. And then that's like the entrance into the exterior of Whiterun. So there's like two entrances into the exterior of Whiterun. So that's like the farms and stuff around it. And then obviously you still have the entrance into the main part of Whiterun. Next, how do we... Alright, there we go. Okay, so this is a scuba den. Obviously, it's illegal. So, when you actually go in here, there's a little surprise for you. That being some bandits. That, you know, they're the bad guys. They're making the skooma. They don't want intruders. So they try and kill you, obviously, because that's what the bandits do. Yes, they've got like this nice Buddha statue. It's not Buddha. It's it's a snow elf statue, isn't it? And they're like absolutely huge, but you can like scale stuff down when you're making mods. It's quite good. Then we've got a nice little cooker here, nice little stove thing going on. Got a chest, which is like edited, so it has the stuff I need in there. So here's the bandits as you go in. They do respawn, as bandits do, after a while. They won't just respawn when you're in there. That's a closed up entrance into Whiterun. It's no longer a route into Whiterun, just, I don't know, I guess, just because they want to control the borders, I suppose. And that's kind of it so far. There's a wall around most of the exterior. I don't know, I'm going to make a video on that, on these mods, in a bit. Not right this second, obviously. But we will take a look at them. And I plan to add a lot more stuff. I mean, I do kind of have a lot of time at the moment, but it's not really on top of my to-do list. But I certainly haven't given up on it, because that was one thing that always annoyed me about Skyrim, is like, they talk about these little hamlet village things as some like great city districts. As like, no, they're not. They're just tiny with about like 6 houses. So that's my kind of reason for doing this. If you put too much stuff in though, I think you kind of get like rendering issues and frame drops. I guess, you know, I only have a GTX 970 and it works fine. I get like 40 frames per second with all this stuff in. So, yeah, any graphics card better than that is gonna run it fine, really. Alright, the next one, another Nocturnals Robes, or Clothes as this one's called. So I decided to make a new one for a playable version of a Nocturnals Robes / Clothes and the hood hat thing. Now, the last one seemed to have a few problems for some people. Yeah, it didn't work for some people for some reason. I still believe that they were just putting in their command thing wrong, but whatever. So this one can actually be made, or you can find it in the Sleeping Giant Inn, second room on the left, or the Bannered Mare in Whiterun on the counter. But on one of them, I think if you take it, then it would count as stealing as it's someone's house. Maybe both of them. Oh no, because you can steal that one, but that one's like right on the counter, so obviously there's someone stood at the counter. So if you take it, they'll just, you know, the guards will come or whatever, and you'll go to jail. Yeah, so you have to like have a model that it would look like in the world. Because obviously, when you find clothes in Skyrim, they don't look how they look when you wear them. They're like folded up, aren't they? So obviously there's not a model for the Nocturnals robes in the world, because there wasn't one made, because you weren't supposed to be able to get it. So it's just the Greybeards robes. But that worked fine. So yes, obviously when you actually put them on, yes, I think in the inventory as well, they are the Greybeards robes, but they're named Nocturnals clothes and robes or whatever. So when you actually put them on, they are Nocturnals clothes, not the Greybeards robes. It's kind of confusing, but basically, when you put them on, they are the Nocturnals clothes. Okay, so they can actually be created at a forge and the anvil station. What people said. You don't need the item ID. I don't even know what it is. You can, look, yeah, you can just give it to your wife in the game. Take all the rest of her stuff, and then she'll put it on. Because that's one problem, I guess. If you have like Lydia or someone who already wears armor, because that's like the default outfit, so you can't take that off them. The only way you can make them wear something else is if you give them some armor that has a higher armor rating. So that's why I had to give this a higher armor rating. So when you actually give it to Lydia, she'll wear that instead of her armor. And I also increased the value of it and stuff. Alright, yeah, I think you need potatoes to make this one. I can't remember. Yes, I do. Hello, people. But some of these things have, quite a few subscribers. Almost, 2,600 pretty much. Got a few negative ratings, but 53 positive, that's good. And obviously that's enough to get a star rating. So I've got 33 comments on there, I'm not going to go through all of them. 4 out of 5 stars on that one, which is pretty good. Next one. This is probably my biggest one. My version of Admora. So that is the continent of the home of the humans. I can't remember the source of it, to be honest. I haven't really been doing any of this stuff for quite a while. So I'm not sure if it ties in with Elder Scrolls lore, as I've not, read most of it. I haven't even played all the games yet. It has 2 settlements so far. This small port. This place here, which is still pretty cool. And this place here, which has the game arena, which I created. It's kind of run down because it's been there for, well, since the humans left, pretty much. Some frozen guy in the ice. There's some new houses, because basically in this mod, the idea is that humans have moved back. I had a little war here, killed all these guys in the doorway of the arena. You can see the arena door has been like broken open. Alright, so there's the port thing again with some ships. That one has a lot of oil barrels on. There's a little settlement again. Got some, I don't even know what you call them. They're just like, they put prisoners in, aren't they? And then that's like, I don't even know. I don't even know. Alright, so we have like a stable house here in the stables with some horses in each, well, that one. I don't know if there's one in the end. Then we have some of those orc longhouses because, well, the orcs have moved here as well. Got some little kind of Easter egg things up in the mountains on this island. So this guy was having a fight with a mammoth. I guess, I don't know what happened. I do not know what happened to this guy. I don't. Oh yeah, there's a book. That's his diary. Go and check that out. You can read it. His story. It's quite interesting. I did write it myself. Okay, so we've got some statues on the top of that tall tower thing. It's where the that dude there. What's his name? He was. I can't remember if he was like the leader of the humans or like the last guy to come from Atmora to Tamriel. I think it's a bit of both. That's the doorway into it, but it's obviously locked. You have to fight. Actually, I don't think I have like given a key for it yet. I think actually maybe there's one of the Imperial. I think one of the Imperial Knights in the arena has it. You'll just have to find it. Okay, so we've got this big like torch bonfire thing in the middle on the tower, and you can kind of see some of the arena. Got a giant in the arena fighting. I can't actually see what that is. Maybe an Imperial, or maybe it's actually a Falmor, because I put a load of Falmor in there, to be executed by the humans. Okay. Yes, again, if you're going to give negative rating, please give some feedback. I know it's not finished, so don't tell me it's not finished, because I know And there's also some problems with like the NPCs. You know, it's still a nice place to check out. Something new, definitely. And I think if you get it, you'll enjoy it. Alright, so that has 30 comments. Not going to read them all now. Town designs look great. Well, I will keep moving forward with it. Kind of slowly, but at some point. Alright, so we've done that stuff, done the best stuff. Now we've got this Space Engineers blueprints. The blueprints thing that you can upload, it's basically so you can just have that build. So you can, you know, if you subscribe to it, then it'll appear in your game if you press, I can't even remember, B, F10? Or maybe it's just F10 or F12. Well, there's a button so you can like open up the blueprints and then you just choose it and put it where you want it, basically. And then you can actually fight as well. Has an interior. There's not any other pictures on here actually. So that's Boba Fett's. You can see it's not actually quite finished. I haven't done the brown colouring on that back bit. But the Jango Fett's one, which is pretty much exactly the same, is all finished. And it flies okay, because there's actually engines inside as well. I put the thrusters inside. Yeah, I don't know how you people feel about that, but yeah, you kind of need a lot of engines and like gyroscopes to move something of that size nicely, because otherwise it just goes really slow, and it's not even fun to fly. So we've got some turrets on there as well. We'll have a look at that in the video as well, both of them in fact. So yeah, I think that's about it from me. If you like any of these mods and want to see more, or you want to see some videos with any of these mods in, we'll take a look at some of them maybe, then please like this video and subscribe to this channel for more. So thank you very much for watching.